How's it going, everybody? It's the Keenest Fox here. Today is my channel where I talk about anime, video games, and cartoons, most notably Sonic and Ninja Turtles lore. And today I'm just capping off my video that I made previously on Sonic Chronicles, basically. So I'll just tell you my overall thoughts, my opinions, and stuff. What I think of the story. I already told you about the story in the last video, and I'm not going to repeat myself here. So definitely check it out and stuff. Check out the last video. And I'm also going to be talking about the characterization and stuff. So I'm just gonna get right into it. So yeah, let's begin. So basically, my thoughts on the story is that I think that the story is definitely more likely based off the Meteoric saga, if anything, because it definitely has like a lot of similarities and parallels when you really think about it. Like for example, Sonic and his friends go into outer space to fight the current enemy or the current villain and stuff. That being either Dark Oak from Sonic X or that being Imperator Ixis. Yeah, I know I was saying Imperator, but it's actually pronounced Imperator. So that was my mistake in the last video. But yeah, so definitely that. Sonic being branded an outlaw by these villains and stuff, where other aliens are either hunting for them for like, bounty hunters or whatever, or whoever. So there is that. Let's see. Definitely an evil tyrant or a monarch and stuff such as Imperator or Dark Oak trying to like take over the universe and stuff like that. And then also like a member from their like race defecting from like or branching off from that from their species and whatnot, what they're doing, and siding with the heroes, that being like Shade the Echidna or Cosmo and stuff. So yeah, definitely a lot of similarities in my opinion to the Meteoric saga than wherever the hell Ken Penders is trying to peddle about. They're too much similar to the to the Dark Legion and stuff, and to Julisu, which again, I mean, he got a point. I guess they are similar to to the Dark Legion as well, and Julisu. Like Julisu, I guess is a lot similar to Shade, I suppose. Being like the female echidna and stuff that was a part of the villains and stuff, like a part of a villainous group, and then betraying them for the greater good and all that stuff. But I mean, Julie Sue and Shade definitely have their differences. If you don't know who Julie Sue is, I've talked about her before. Julie Sue, well, believe it or not, I actually think she's a pretty decent character. I don't think she's as bad, like, because, Kim Penders created her. So, I mean, again, I think she's one of the few good characters that Kim Penders actually created. But, anyways, Julie Sue is basically this pink echidna and girlfriend of Knuckles in the Archie comics and stuff, basically. She's like a cyborg and stuff because the Dark Legion, they're basically a race of echidnas that favor being cyborgs and all that stuff, and they're kind of based off of Nazi Germany. Basically, it's kind of weird. But anyways, that's all I can tell you there. But Shade, I'll tell you more about Shade later on in this video. But as far as I'm aware, like Shade, definitely has her own thing outside. Yeah, she's not a cyborg and she's not a pink echidna, and I honestly don't even think she has a romance with Knuckles. Although that could be arguable, but personally myself, I don't think they have any they don't have a romance for each other. I think Rouge teased him one time saying, "Oh, Knuckles is totally into older women." That being a little bit of a joke, but but sorry, yeah, that being a little bit of a joke, but nah, I don't think that it's actually literal. Alright, so personally myself, I feel like people who are still trying to either defend Ken Penders, so if you don't already know, you already know the whole stuff about the lawsuits that basically Sonic Chronicles is the game that Ken Penders wanted to sue Archie, Sega, or BioWare because they based the story, or they have similarities to his work or whatever, and he's not getting some kind of reparations for it. Which I'm not even sure if that's how it works, because I think that when you sign a contract and stuff, when you have characters and stuff, they become a part of that like company and stuff. So I don't think you really have I don't know, you should get any reparations or whatever. But he feels like it violated something, so he took legal action. And it's kind of weird how there are actually still people out there. And when I mean, of course, you gotta have two sides to everything. So there are people who will probably think that Ken Penders is in the right, and there are people who think Ken Penders is in the wrong. Most of the people think he's in the wrong for obvious reasons. Yeah, clearly. Like for example, like some people actually think that because Ken Penders is an experienced writer, and because I don't know, he's just been doing it for a long time, that apparently gives him the right to just sue Archie or sue BioWare or sue Sega because they I don't know, just reasons, I guess, because they had similarities and stuff, right? Or some people who just think that apparently I don't know, they just like, the Sega made up the whole thing, which that makes almost no sense because Ken Penders will literally tell you himself on Twitter that yeah, he created the lawsuit and stuff. He was the one that did it and whatnot. He created a lawsuit and he was like, all butthurt about it and stuff because they were using his characters when they actually weren't. They were using completely different characters. But if he wants to talk about, yeah, because I mean the characters like that was used in Sonic Chronicles and stuff that you want to make the similarities to, they all different in terms of like shape, size, and color and stuff. They're not like because basically the characters that Ken Penders had created for like the echidnas and stuff, definitely, or some hedgehog characters, like for example, um, let's say I don't know, some random echidna and stuff. Yeah, most of the echidnas they all look pretty much like Knuckles, just with some kind of weird recycled look or something. They had like they look like Knuckles. They're pretty much red, had dreadlocks, probably had something like I don't know, glasses or a beard or a different shirt or something. I don't know, whatever. They had something that just didn't make them that distinguishable from Knuckles. Besides, I guess what they were wearing or whatever they had on, I guess. Or like, for example, big example for like Sonic, I guess, would be his mom in the Archie comics, Bernadette, who in the comics, Bernadette has this blonde hair and basically wears a dress. And other than that, that's it. She just looks like pretty much like Sonic, like yeah. So Ken Penders not exactly great when it comes to designing. Sonic Chronicles, I think they have some pretty good designs and stuff. When you look at Imperator Ixis and you look at Shade and stuff, they definitely stand out differently from those characters and stuff. So they're not just certain rehashes or recycled and whatnot. Yeah. And they're clearly not based off of Nazi Germany like the Dark Legion was. They're more inspired from like Greek and Roman mythology or Greek and Roman culture and stuff for the most part. So yeah. Yeah. So a lot of this stuff is definitely based off of Roman and Greek culture and stuff, and some of the mythologies and stuff. Like some characters like Nestor the Wise, Charybdis, Scylla, and even the title Imperator. Yeah, that's all based off of like Greek and Roman and stuff, pretty much. Like Imperator means like commander, I believe, in either Roman or Greek. And even the pirates from like the Twilight Cage, because there was actually a part in the game where basically, or a side mission basically, where Sonic and his friends had to stop some pirates and stuff because they were like stealing some shipments from these guys called the Nurgles and stuff. The little green alien creatures that'd be like absorbing the energy and stuff, little slimes and stuff. So basically, they had a mission to intercept them. They stopped them and got the payment for the shipment and everything. So it all worked out. But even that, like, and the pirates, and I found that kind of be like one of the most goofiest parts in the game. But even that is kind of based off of a Roman story where basically it's about an emperor and his guards and stuff like that. I'll probably put the thing in the video, but yeah, um, pretty much even that. So they really did give a lot of thought into like the story, at least, definitely in my opinion. And it kind of reminds me a lot about the Knuckles clan and how much like they're inspired from like Aztec and Mayan culture as well. So yeah, I kind of like it and whatnot. So you kind of have like the Nocturnus clan where they're like kind of like the Greeks or the Romans and stuff, and you have like the Knuckles clan where they're like the Aztecs or the Mayans and stuff going against each other and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to start talking about some of the characters and stuff, starting with Shade, and then I'll talk about something like the villain, and then I'll talk about the main characters and stuff. So basically, Shade is like the new character to the game, and probably, the exclusive character and stuff. So if you want to play a game with Shade in it, this is probably the only game that you're ever going to play as her in there, because apparently I think Ken Penders has the rights over her or something now, or they just can't use the character anymore, unfortunately. Which kind of sucks because I feel like Shade definitely had a lot of potential as a character and stuff, in my opinion. But yeah, so what do I think about her? So basically, Shade is a 4,000-year-old echidna that was sealed away in the Twilight Cage because of her people and stuff. So pretty much, yeah, so Shade's 4,000 years old, pretty much. Time kind of moves differently inside the Twilight Cage, so that's probably the reason why she's so old. But obviously, but looks like a teenager or something. But anyways, aside from that, Shade's one of the leaders of the Marauders and stuff, and basically had to realize the Imperator wanted to, take over the world or take over the universe and stuff, which really she was just trying to get out of the Twilight Cage and help her people and stuff. But Imperator wanted to do so much more than just that. Shade kind of started to disapprove of his ways and pretty much cut all ties, and then started working with Sonic and his friends and stuff over that. First, he kind of came off as just distrustful to Sonic and his friends and stuff because, they started off as enemies, and why should they have a reason to trust her? But Knuckles kind of vouched for her since Knuckles was captured by her, and then he could have been killed by her, but she chose to spare his life and whatnot because she's not really that cutthroat as like the Imperator would be. So yeah, but then eventually by the end of the game, pretty much the team kind of dropped their suspicion of Shade, but Shade kind of still has some lingering doubts about betraying her people and stuff, and she's kind of always treated like crap by some of the enemies and stuff, that calling her Princess of the Traitors and stuff, or bringing up her betrayal and all that stuff. So it's kind of like rubbing salt on wounds, basically. Shade, I think, has either 3 or 4 attacks. I've mostly used just 3, to be honest with you. Basically, the 2 techniques that I like using with Shade is that she has a shared attacks with Sonic and Knuckles, where they do this team combination thing and whatnot, where one of them is with Sonic and then the other's with Knuckles and stuff. So if you have Sonic and Knuckles in that party with Shade, then basically you can do the attack. But if they're not in that party, then, or if Shade's not a part of their party or whatever, then you just can't do the attack then. But aside from that, Shade also has this thing called the Leech Blade, which she can also just take some kind of like blade or something and just absorb the enemy's health and whatnot. And I think she can even do this too in the boss battle, because there is a boss battle that you have with her before you join the team, like before she joins the team and stuff, a little bit later. So there is that. Then also, what else about Shade? And then she also has this ability called Cloak, which I think it makes her unfazed to attacks or something like that. I haven't really used it at all, so I can't really give you my professional opinion there. But those are her attacks and stuff. Basically, Shade is a very skilled fighter, and she even has really advanced technology, which allows her to teleport. And what else? Teleport and just do all these other amazing abilities and stuff. So basically, that's what she's able to do. Alright, so next up we got Imperator Ixis. So basically, Imperator Ixis is the leader of he's the leader of, I almost said the Metarex. He's the leader of the Nocturnus clan. Pretty much, he's kind of like, he was Pajimek's rival back in the day. And he kind of definitely reminds me a lot of like a more modern day kind of Pachimek and whatnot. And Shade's kind of like the modern day kind of Takao and stuff, because similar to like in Sonic Adventure, like Takao stood up to her dad and whatnot, who was attacking Chows and stuff just to get the Chaos Emeralds and whatnot, and didn't even care about his daughter's life when he just wanted more power. So it's kind of like that with Imperator Ixis for going up against or for Shade turning against him, and then him not batting an eye and just trying to attempt to kill her and stuff for for standing against him and whatnot, and his whole plans of conquering the world pretty much. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, so those two definitely remind me more like a little bit of Takao even in Pachimek. But Imperator Ixis, he's definitely like a more evil kind of, or not more, he's like a modern day kind of Pachimek. He kind of reminds me, like I said, a lot of Dark Oak from Sonic X and stuff, where Dark Oak also wanted to want his people to prosper, so he would do anything by any means necessary to accomplish that. Which was stealing Chaos Emeralds, which is what the Imperator did. He stole the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald, and also like Dark Oak stole the Planet Eggs and all that stuff. So a lot of stuff definitely went down. I just think the big difference is that it just took a lot more for Dark Oak to go down harder than Imperator, whatnot, because it took the likes of like Super Sonic, Super Shadow, and even like Tails' little supersonic driver to like finally like put him down and stuff, and then Cosmo even weakening him. So it took a lot. So it was a big finish right there to take down Dark Oak. But for Imperator, I'm not saying he went out like a punk. I mean, hell, Sonic had to go supersonic just to defeat him, so that's definitely something right there. But anyways, yeah, so he definitely reminds me a little bit also of like General Zod even. You know how like General Zod, he's the villain of Superman and stuff, basically evil Kryptonian, military general and all that stuff. Uh, you know, obviously the name General Zod, locked away in the Phantom Zone, just like how Imperator is locked away inside the Twilight Cage because you know it's an evil prison and whatnot. So yeah, definitely gives me those type of vibes and stuff. So yeah, pretty much. I think this villain is pretty good. Probably one. Yeah, I feel like he would definitely make a good standalone villain for Knuckles and stuff. And honestly, I've mentioned before how I do like Dr. Eggman, but I feel like the villain should just retire and they should probably like replace him with like I don't know, maybe some other kind of villain or something like that can like be a substitute or something. And hell, maybe Imperator could be like maybe a candidate or something like Imperator, or well, I'll probably go over a list later, but maybe a Razor Jin perhaps because I actually like that. I actually like that villain. Maybe Metal Sonic, who knows? That's what I think, anyways. But yeah, so those are some of my thoughts on Taurus the Imperator and whatnot. Now I'm going to talk about some of the main characters in the games. Alright, so I'm going to start going over some of the main characters before I finish off this video. Pretty much, there's probably a lot of characters that I probably haven't talked about, like Scylla and Charybdis or Nestor the Wise or whatever, but you probably have to just play the game to find out. But anyways, I'll just tell you something about the main characters, and then I'm about to just give you my overall score and finish off the video from there. So basically, Sonic. So we're going to start with him because, you know, he's the main character, of course, the protagonist. So basically, in here, since it's an RPG game, it's kind of like a player's choice. So you get to choose how Sonic will react to a decision and stuff, or how he will respond and stuff. So you can either have him just be straightforward if you like want to broom through like some of like the questions or whatever, then I guess just tap the first option that just pops up and just, you know, just go with it, I guess. Or if you want to just question some things so you can kind of be a little bit informed in case you're like new to the Sonic series, or in case you might have missed something from a previous game that they might be like referencing, then you could probably just question it, which I guess I did a lot of that. Even though, I mean, I've played like a lot of some of the main, I played a lot of like majority of the main Sonic games, so there is that. But I'm just questioning it just to hear the responses and stuff. Or you can just be a snarky asshole and stuff. So you at least get at least 3 or 4 different choices and whatnot. And the snarky asshole comments and stuff kind of reminds me a lot of Fleetway Sonic than the game Sonic, or even RG Sonic, actually. Definitely reminds me of like, yeah, Fleetway Sonic, because in there, Sonic was kind of an asshole. But he was hella funny, though. But, yeah. But anyways, aside from that, aside from player's choice and stuff, Sonic does seem a lot more kind of cautious, a lot more responsible, and a lot more, I guess, just older and stuff, because Sonic Chronicles is supposed to take place a couple of years after, like, the events like Sonic Battles and Sonic Adventure and stuff, which they even said. So, again, that kind of definitely does throw a monkey wrench at what Sega was saying about how, saying, you know, oh, Sonic is like 15 and such, but then they still keep him 15 or whatever. It doesn't make any sense. Or Tails is 8 or Amy's 12. It makes no sense. These characters should be a lot more older than this, given everything that's gone down and everything that's like the time that's passed. It makes no sense how these characters are still like, you know, this certain age this and that certain age that, but it's whatever really for right now. But anyways, so yeah, I feel like Sonic's definitely a lot more cautious and stuff. Like, he's kind of distrusting of Shade at first because, you know, instead of just, you know, opening up and just, oh, well, she doesn't mean us any harm. Like, nah, he's like, no, she can be a little, I don't know, she might be able to backstab us. We don't know. But it was Knuckles who vouched for her and stuff, that she was all right. And then, let's see what else happened. Pretty much Sonic was managing the team and stuff, which shows his more responsible side. He was trying to keep everybody together and stuff. Pretty much it was pretty much in the entire party is Team Rose, Team Dark, Team Sonic, and well, Dr. Eggman, depending, or Shade, and stuff. So yeah, he was kind of managing everybody pretty much. So yeah, keeping everybody together. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then let's see, yeah, so that's about it for Sonic's character and whatnot. I feel like his character in here is a little bit serious, kind of. Even with like Dr. Eggman and stuff, because it's not like Sonic and his friends have gone actively out of their way to like ensure that Dr. Eggman died or something, or hope that he didn't survive their latest battle. I'm like, yeah, that's a little weird. Um, for me, honestly, I'm like, yeah, that's a little weird because I mean, usually Sonic, it's not like he tries to like make sure or he tries to stop Eggman permanently, but he does try like he defeats someone in cage and stuff and tries to like bundle his schemes, or he might have him arrested or something or whatever, depends. But outside of that, yeah, I wouldn't say Sonic's gone out of his way to actively stop Dr. Eggman, because I've mentioned before that Sonic doesn't see Dr. Eggman as like, he sees him as a threat, but not like a as in like, oh, this guy's going to do something really terrible if I don't stop him here and now, like the Metarex or something, basically. So that's Sonic as a character. Next up, we got Tails, which honestly, I think Tails is actually pretty good in this game. I think he had a standout performance, him and Knuckles and stuff. And yeah, I think Tails and Knuckles definitely had a lot of standout performances, in my opinion. So Tails in this game, I feel like Tails was definitely reliable and stuff. He was definitely given a lot of purpose and stuff. People are coming to him for help and stuff. Everyone, yeah, they just like turned into Tails and stuff. Like it was Knuckles who came to Tails to spring a trap on the Marauders and stuff when they were stealing the Chaos Emeralds at first. And then later on, Tails ended up working along with Eggman to build a rocket ship so that they can go to outer space and go into the Twilight Cage and then stop the Nocturnus clan from there. So yeah, and even when Sonic and Knuckles was up against the fence and stuff against the Marauders, like basically Imperator had like Sonic and Knuckles up against the wall here with his army and stuff. Basically, they were fighting them off, and they were like, I don't know if we can keep this up. And yeah, they were tiring out and stuff. Tails showed up along with Dr. Eggman and stuff, and the two changed the tides from there. So it was pretty awesome. I actually thought that was pretty cool and stuff. So Tails definitely had a lot of pretty good moments in here, definitely. Alright, so next up, I'm going to talk about Knuckles and stuff. So basically, I definitely think that Knuckles definitely had a standout performance here as well. Of course, Knuckles is conflicted because of, like there being an introduction of like, a certain, like that he's not the last of his kind anymore inside Sonic Chronicles, that is. That being the Nocturnus clan. Knuckles is happy to find other echidnas and stuff are still around, and whatnot. Even if they aren't directly from his clan or aren't related to him, they're from the Nocturnus clan, Knuckles from the Knuckles clan. But hey, Knuckles is still happy though, a little bit. But also, like I said, conflicted as well because, he has to fight these people and stuff because they're trying to take over the world and they stole the Master Emerald and stuff. So Knuckles, yeah, he was kind of just, struggling on that one. But yeah, so definitely throughout the game, Knuckles kind of questions this whole like mentality and stuff of this whole just whole arc and stuff, and basically you can just approach him as Sonic at one point and just question him on whether or not, like, you can be either empathetic to him or you kind of just be an asshole and just be like, well, yeah, just distrusting of Knuckles and stuff. And what I didn't really like was towards the end of the game where Sonic just completely like just distrusted Knuckles and thought that Knuckles was gonna like betray him to the bad guys or something, which I thought that's a little bit out of character in my opinion. For Sonic to just assume that. But then again, since Knuckles has made, choices of like siding with, like, I don't know, Dr. Eggman from time to time because he trusted that Dr. Eggman had given up his ways and that he was like, bought into some of his lies and stuff like that, which happens on occasion, or used to happen on occasion. It was kind of running on gag. So I guess that might be justifiable there, but still, I just can't believe that Sonic would just think that Knuckles would just betray him straight up like that, So probably wasn't my favorite moment of Sonic there, but I still think Knuckles had a pretty good moment there where he was talking down, or not talking down, but he was talking to the Imperator and stuff. He wanted to at least see him before Sonic can get to him and stuff, so he can at least convince him to give up being evil and stuff, and they all can just, live peacefully instead of like, resolve this with violence and all that. So I thought it was pretty cool, for Knuckles and all that stuff. So yeah. But eventually, like, when Imperator was like, nah, sorry, Knuckles, can't do that. I'm taking over the entire universe, and you can't, yeah, stop me. Unless you want to join me, then, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm like, I do got a position opening for you, but Knuckles was like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, he's like, nah, I'm good. And basically, yeah, told him, hey, look, nah, man, I gotta, you stole my Master Emerald and everything, and you're trying to take over the universe. I'm not with that. So, basically. So I really like that scene with Knuckles and stuff. It was pretty cool. Definitely a good character moment. So yeah, and that's all I can say about Knuckles. Next up, we're going to talk about some of the other characters, which I don't think the other characters have as much as an impact as these three that I just mentioned. But first up is Amy. Of course, one of my favorite Sonic girls and stuff, Amy. In this game, Amy kind of reminded me a lot of her character from Sonic Battle, where she has some moments where she can kind of be a little annoying, but then moments where, I think she has some pretty solid moments in here, Like, the biggest one definitely being that Amy lied about having a boyfriend named Dexter or whatever. Now, I never, throughout the game, I never, like, found where she admitted, she outright admitted that she made up the lie about Dexter um, being her boyfriend or something, or him being a fake or whatever. But yeah, that there isn't nobody named Dexter. But I already kind of just knew going into it that yeah, she made up this whole lie or whatever to kind of get Sonic jealous. But I'll probably go back and play the game and stuff to find out more about that. I guess I don't know, but that might come a lot later though. I guess I don't know. I got games that I want to play too, like Jack and Dexter 2, and a bunch of other stuff. But anyways, so Amy lied about that to get Sonic jealous and whatnot. So so she's pretending like she moved on or whatever. I get it, but I feel like she definitely does have some moments where she is being very genuine and being like concerned about other people and stuff, like Knuckles or this one SWAT bot and stuff, which she said I think had a soul or something, or she was like, he has feelings and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely feels within character for Amy and stuff to be loving and compassionate as usual. So I like that about her. And then let's see, there are other characters too. So Dr. Eggman. So of course Dr. Eggman isn't the impending threat, or he's not the current villain of the game and stuff. Basically they stopped him in the opening. I didn't even think he was going to be a playable character in this game until I got to him. So this is probably like one of the few games where Dr. Eggman is actually a playable character and stuff. And he works with Tails and stuff, where they can pretty much defeat almost any robot character when you get their team combination actually right and stuff. Like they can defeat almost any robot character that is. So that's pretty cool. And Dr. Eggman could just summon his like whole like armada and just drop bombs and stuff like he did inside Sonic 3. So yeah, that's Dr. Eggman for you. So I'm gonna try and talk about some of the supporting characters and stuff. I didn't think too many of them really had any standout moments and stuff, but I'll probably point out some of the things I did actually like about their characters, and probably some of the things I probably didn't like about their characters. And I'll probably talk about some of these special techniques and moves that they use and stuff. Like at least the ones that I actually like use more commonly, and the ones that I favorite. Yeah, I'll talk about that a little bit. So yeah, starting with Shadow. So in the game, Shadow kind of feels like an angsty teenager. Pretty much he kind of gets all moody and stuff whenever Sonic tells him to do something or boss him around or whatever. Yeah, so probably not a good look for Shadow, to be honest with you. He's always running off on his own or doing whatever, but at least one of my favorite moments of Shadow inside this game is that he's actually like standing up for like Omega and stuff. He's like showing a lot of concern because in the game Shadow's kind of looking for E123 Omega and stuff, right? And he tags along with Sonic because he feels like his disappearance has something to do with the Marauders because he was fighting them off and stuff. So then Shadow finds him later, or Tails or whoever finds him later, and basically Shadow is pissed off that they did this to him, so him and Omega go out for revenge for the Marauders. So that's kind of how that went. So not much I can really say for Shadow. So I don't really think too many Shadow fans would be all for Sonic Chronicles in terms of like characterization. If you want good characterization from Shadow, I would say go back to definitely Sonic Adventures 2, Sonic Heroes, and Sonic Battle. I feel like those are probably the best highlights of Shadow's character in my opinion. But if I had to say Shadow's best technique, I would say it would be Chaos Rift. I think Chaos Rift is probably Shadow's most powerful technique in this game and stuff. Basically, at first it's like a one-shot move, and it's like it kind of has this percentage, right, where it's a chance that if you use this technique, it might just completely KO an enemy, any enemy actually, or almost any enemy. It would definitely KO most types of enemies and stuff with like literally one shot. But there's like depending on like how you upgrade it, because it could be a 30% chance, could be a 40% chance, or if you get the full upgrade, it could be a 60% chance. But if you manage to pull it off and don't knock out like the big boss or something, then you might just I don't know, put them to sleep for a couple of rounds, and you might be able to get some free hits in. So there is that too. So I definitely like using this ability, and also like using Shadow and Sonic's combined attack. I think it was called Atomic Storm or something, or Atomic Strike. It was a pretty cool attack where basically Sonic and Shadow circle the enemy and create this like tornado and stuff, and like work together. It's pretty cool, so I like that. So those are the two techniques that I mainly use from Shadow. The two techniques that I use from Sonic is mostly like Fastball, which is the shared attack with Amy, and also Axe Kick. I feel like that's definitely a good move for Sonic and stuff. For Knuckles, my favorite attack is his uppercut, and then also his shared ability with Sonic. For Tails, I don't really use Tails' abilities too much, mainly because Tails is mostly like a supportive type. But I think I mostly use Medibot, which is basically just a robot that Tails creates that heals the I almost said the opponent, that heals the playable character or whatever, that heals the party member. So yeah, I like using those. So yeah, so moving on, we have Rouge. So again, just like Shadow, not just like Shadow, but I can't really say much on Rouge's character in this game too much, just that she tags along with Sonic and stuff, and that she just shows an interest in like Nocturnus tech and all that. But outside of that, Rouge is kind of, helping out the others and stuff, so yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. Again, not much I can really give on, not much of a take I can really give on Rouge's character in here, but I guess my favorite ability from Rouge would be her Jewel Storm, where she basically shoots out a bunch of like jewels and stuff, it fires it off at the enemy and stuff, so it can like hit multiple opponents at once, so I definitely do like that. And I think one of my other favorite abilities of Rouge is her combination with Knuckles, so yeah. So next up we got Omega. We're getting up all the Team Dark members out here. Again, I can't really say much on Omega's character, but he's definitely an optional character or an unlockable character in this game. So if you so if you play throughout the whole game, you can probably miss him by chance. But if you actually go in the right places, you might actually find Omega and recruit him to be a part of your party and stuff. So yeah. So anyways, Omega. What can I say? Not much I can say on his character, just that he wants to just destroy the Marauders and stuff like that. Basically, same old, same old. But pretty much he has some pretty good abilities and stuff. I actually like using Omega stuff. He's actually one of the most strongest members of the party and stuff. Up there, I would say with like Big the Cat and stuff. Yeah, those guys are like probably some of the toughest. But I'll get to Big in a second. But Omega definitely carries the firepower and stuff. He has like a little machine gun, has lasers and stuff. His little laser gun or whatever. I like using that one the most because it definitely takes up a lot of health from like the enemy and stuff, so that's pretty cool. And then yeah, so and then he also has like a little flamethrower too, which can also hit multiple enemies, and his base attack is basically allows him to just hit the enemy next to that said enemy. So yeah, it's definitely fun to use Omega in this game. So yeah, that's just my opinion. And then next up we got Cream. So yeah, not much I can say on Cream's character or give you much of a hot take, but Cream, I think Cream is still cool in this game. She's definitely definitely unique to you. She's a supportive type, and whatnot. She can recover, and she's definitely a healer, so she can definitely heal other people and stuff. She can also recover like PP, basically, that's like the person's power and all that stuff, their power gauge and stuff. So yeah, I definitely like putting Cream on side on the team and stuff. So yeah, and she can even revive characters and stuff that have been knocked out and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely like using Cream. She's definitely valuable. As usual, Cream is broken as hell. So yeah, but you gotta love her, huh? And then next up we got Big the Cat. He mostly just tags along the party, and he pretty much has this damn near almost immunity towards poison gas apparently, because yeah, and Big isn't really an optional character. Cream's an optional character. Cream and Omega are optional characters, but Big, not so much. He just tags along with you, and he's definitely useful because, like, for like especially against like in poison environments and stuff, like for example like the Mystic Ruins, which got poisoned, and then later on the Nurgle planet and stuff. Big is able to like walk through the poisons like it means nothing to him, which is a pretty impressive feat actually. I might do a respect thing on Big later, but anyways, yeah. So Big the Cat, yeah. So personally, I said he was one of the toughest characters on the team and stuff, or on the roster. I usually use his battering ram, which is like basically his one of his attacks and stuff that takes up a lot of health from the enemy and stuff. And one of my favorites is definitely his little poison thing. I don't remember the specific name for it, but basically, from what I've gathered, I think he uses his pet frog, Froggy, to poison the opponent and stuff for a couple of rounds, and whatnot. So yeah, it all works out. So I definitely like using that, especially against opponents that like to like recover health and stuff, because you definitely will, if you're playing this game, you definitely will have like opponents that will like recover their health whenever they're like attacked or something or whatever. It's weird, but yeah, and it does happen. So yeah, so that's the best I can probably give you on Big and stuff. And then yeah, and then next up we got Shade. I already talked about Shade earlier. Yeah, I mean, I think Shade is on quota players. Like I said, I like putting her on the same team as like Sonic and Knuckles and stuff usually. So yeah, so that's all the characters that I can pretty much tell you right here. So now I'm about to just finish off the video and give you just my closing thoughts. Alright, so if I'm personally ranking this, I would say the story to me is like a 9. The gameplay itself is an 8. The soundtrack is a 7. The graphics is a 6. And the difficulty is like a 7.5. So I would definitely say that this game is definitely a 7.5 out of 10. So that's like a 75% pretty much, or a C plus in my book. So yeah, so that's all I can say about Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood. If you are interested in playing the game and stuff, then yeah, I definitely encourage you to try it out. And whatnot. Not a lot of stuff is going on for Sonic right now. Or well, actually, a lot of stuff is definitely going on. I take that back. Like definitely like the movie and stuff. But I mean, like in terms of like the games and stuff wise, like yeah, we're still waiting on like Sonic Origins and Frontiers and stuff or whatever. I mean, so I've been kind of like playing some Sonic games that I probably have never really touched before, like Sonic Advance 1 and Sonic Battle and stuff. I actually beat those not too long ago. So yeah, those are pretty fun games. So yeah, but anyways, that's pretty much the end of my video here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is the Keenest Fox, and I'm out. Peace.